Hello there! This is the 1982 Ford Fiesta Mark I that my family owned for many years. In this video I'll reveal its specification, which was remarkably basic by today's standards, show you some interesting pictures and explain why I really should apologise to my poor father. Yeah. Welcome to Carspy TV. Right, let's get started. Our Ford Fiesta Mark I was registered new on March 31st, 1982. It had a 957cc petrol engine that produced about 45 horsepower, 4-speed manual transmission, front-wheel drive, disc brakes at the front, and a collapsible steering column to protect the driver if there was a collision. This 1982 Fiesta also had the L trim, which included basics such as satellite navigation, head-up display, and, of course, a colour reversing camera. Okay, I may have slightly exaggerated. In reality, it had a push-button radio, a clock, manual windows, manual door locks, and a single outside mirror on the driver's side. See, there was no outer mirror on the passenger side. Now, this Ford Fiesta was simultaneously driven by 3 generations of my family, some of whom were young and inexperienced, so only having one outer mirror made life a bit hazardous on occasions. It was, for example, tricky to see if it was safe to exit roundabouts. So, one day we packed a picnic, put on our best clothes, and took a family trip to the local scrapyard. On arrival, we found some old wreck and liberated the wing mirrors. Here's my father fitting those mirrors to our Ford Fiesta Mark I in 1999. I think he's still got that drill. Anyway, this was the finished result. Right, I have some interesting old documents to show you. This is the Ford Fiesta operating guide and it's got that musty old book smell. This thing explains how to use the primary controls, what the lights on the dashboard mean, and so on. Now, I'll show you what I can, but I have to be a little careful because it is a little bit fragile and certainly quite old. Have a look at this. I'm hoping that's going to be in focus on the camera. There we go. Now, this document is surprisingly basic. In fact, it genuinely tells you how to open the boot. Yeah. There's also the Ford Motorist Guide, which relates to several cars, including the Fiesta, Escort, Sierra, and even the Ford Capri. Now, it says on the front cover that this is a detailed handbook containing information and tips useful in everyday motoring, as well as maintenance and fault-finding procedures. So, among many other things, it tells you, there we go, pick a page at random, how to check the oil level on your car. Oh, and we also have the Ford Audio Guide that explains how to use various radios and cassette players of the time. Finally, there's this warranty from when we bought the car. Sadly though, the 14-day 300-mile exchange plan has now expired. Blast. Anyway, let's have a look at some pictures of the car in action. Here's the Fiesta with an enormous water butt hanging out the boot. This was later replaced by a random pile of leaves, twigs and other stuff that took up too much space in the garden. Anyway, here's the Fiesta covered in snow and parked next to a 1989 Nissan Bluebird. Oh, and here are both those cars parked in London. Okay, confession time. When I was a child, I was desperate to learn to drive, but I was far too young. I had years to wait before it was legal. So, I tried to figure out the next best thing. I therefore convinced my father that I should get behind the wheel of our Mark I Ford Fiesta with the engine turned off and that he should push it up and down the driveway. Here's a picture. My only regret is that we never got beyond 40 miles per hour. Okay, let's fast forward to the year 2000. At this point, our Mark I Ford Fiesta was 18 years old and increasingly unreliable. There was a lot of wear and tear. Now, one day, a younger member of my family was driving the car when it broke down on a roundabout. Worse still, this completely blocked the roundabout and nobody could get past. It was quite a mess. Luckily, a couple of blokes pushed the car out of the way, so my relative left it at the roadside, walked home, and the family collectively decided to get rid of the car. The Ford Fiesta Mark I was therefore towed away by this old Land Rover, but it didn't go for scrap. It went to a mechanic who had the time, money and inclination to keep it going a bit longer. In fact, we saw the car on the road a few weeks after we sold it. The mechanic didn't look particularly happy though. Oh dear. And that's it. That's the story of our 1982 Mark I Ford Fiesta. Overall, I'd say it was a good, solid, reliable little car for most of its life, and it served multiple generations of my family perfectly well. Now, before you go, don't forget to subscribe to my channel because then you can see videos like this. Not bad, eh? There's plenty of interesting content for you here at CarSpy TV. Now, if you have any questions, by all means ask me in the comments section, and could you please do me a favour and click like on this video. That helps me out. Right, that's all for now. I've got to put all this stuff away.